so. I think it's Margaret Thatcher actually who said so, Your Excellency. He said when you want something to be said, you ask a man to say it. When you want something to be done, you ask a woman to do it. Why? Because we women suffer from a lot of insecurity. And therefore, when we go to a job, we put everything in it. Just like I said, if I failed, what did you expect? She's just a woman. And another thing you don't know is that when a woman fails, or when a woman is criticized on the job, when a man fails, he says, I didn't get that right. He walks away, he moves on. When a woman fails, she goes like that. It gets her down. We feel very badly because of the insecurities we've suffered. It's taking generations, hundreds of years to put us down. So we are so insecure. I want you to adopt the same attitude that men take. That, yeah, this is just one failure, and move on. You have to go down and move on. You have to. The other thing that I also ask you to do is that some of us take our anger to the office. You have a quarrel with your husband at home. She goes to the office. She's taking it out on all the men that she sees. You can't do that. You have to be able to separate your head. You have to take your heart and your head, you put them in two different compartments. You cannot take that to the office because it will affect you. Guess what? The men know. When they look at you, they know the kind of life that you have. That is why I always say, no marriage is better than a bad marriage, because in the end you will lose the two. You will lose your home and you will lose your job because you carry it along with you. It's like a baggage. So you must ensure that another thing that you do is that you tell the younger women what we're talking about, the right, that you've been through this. Don't go this way. Try to be a mentor to as many women as you can, but without controlling them. You just listen to them and let them make their decisions themselves. The other thing that I want to say is that you must remember as women that men communicate in quite different ways from women. And this is a man's world. You cannot go to the office wearing all these leverage, showing all of your leverage, wearing a skimpy skirt and working in a seductive manner and turn around and say sexual harassment. You can't. For you to be taken seriously, you must act with respect, because what a man hears is different from what you are saying. You think you are being sexy. He thinks you are there for the taking. You are suya for him, if that is what you are going for. So you must understand it very clearly from the outset that men and women behave differently, think differently, see things differently. You must say to yourself, I'm a woman who respects myself. It's either you are going to work hard, because guess what? If you move up in the ladder, whether you did or not, you are going to say it's bottom power. And usually what I ask them is, who did the men sleep with? Who? For you to be able to be taken seriously, you must not only conduct yourself in a respectable manner, you must be seen to be respectable at all times. So, you must stay focused and passionate on what to give back to society. Try to be a role model. It's not easy. You must try to be a solution, because we've been talking about all kinds of things. All of us know what we should do. All of us understand. And I'm going to give you a last example before the men chew me out to say that they all like women, that they like women in top position. This is a true story. There's a case study that was in Harvard Business School. There's a book I want the women who want to succeed in a man's world to buy. I think I'll tell you later. I don't remember. I think it's leaning. I'll tell you about it. There was a case study that was done in Harvard Business School, but these two professors in Columbia in New York thought that everybody actually, no, they don't like women that are successful. So this case study talks about a woman who did fantastically well. They took that case study, left one as a woman, changed the other one to a man. Say one of them is, the woman is Eloho, the man is Jolomi. Same person. It's over. Same person. And they divided the class into two. Gave one to women, to half the class, gave the other one to the other half of the class. And they discussed the case study. In the course of the discussion, everybody thought the woman was brilliant, the man was brilliant. But none of them liked the woman. They said the woman is a bitch, they don't like her, they would not like to be her friend. It is the same person. They just changed one to a man and the other one was a woman. What it tells you is that, remember, they don't like you there. So there's empirical evidence to show. That is why in all of the Western world, the statistics remains as it is. For us to give back, I want you to say, Your Excellencies, ladies and gentlemen, significant advances have been made all over the world. But the day for the new woman has come. As the ABC News anchor Diane Sawyer said, whatever you want in life, other people are going to want it too. Believe in yourself enough to accept the idea that you have an equal right to it. Ladies, winning in a man's world is lofty ambition, and as Eleanor Roosevelt said again, the future belongs to those who believe in the beauty of their dreams. Thank you.
Thank you very much. I think she deserves a round of applause, and we are getting it. In fact, a standing ovation for this woman of valor, this woman of virtue, this woman of strength, who has delivered on every strata of human development, on the need for women to gear up themselves and face the reality, to have strength of purpose, to build knowledge, to be able to be at par with their men, to network amongst themselves, to solicit and be confident in what they do, and more than anything else, to give back to the nation. Another round of applause for our guest speaker. Bless you. A wonderful time here in Asaba, capital of Delta State. We're witnessing the Sun Women Leadership Summit. At this point, we will do the unusual. Oftentimes, we do it in the reverse order. We take it even before anybody speaks. But I can see that we are all geared up. The hall is filled to its brim. At this point, let's bring out the strength of the Nigerian woman. Nigeria today is being celebrated as having been able to contain Ebola. Ebola virus, we know that once it sets in, getting it out is so difficult. But it took the sacrifice of a Nigerian woman to do that. Today, I'm going to ask that we please stand up to remember this woman of courage, Dr. Mrs. Stella Adadavo, who today paid the price for all of us to be Ebola-free. Also in the same strength, I want to also for us to remember our sister, Remi Oyo. For Remi, life continued even for 5 years when she had to cope with cancer. She still continued to work, and the media world is missing her. And also to our brother who brought to fore that even coming out in the early morning and wanting to just walk around and stay alive can also be a big, big challenge. We remember Mr. Digba Igwe, immediate past Vice Chairman, the Sun Publishing Limited. For these three that have continued for us, they have stopped so that we can continue living. May we observe a 1-minute silence for them. May their souls rest in perfect peace. I want to be killed.